Hello friends, this is Cold Run back with Dragon Age Inquisition. We are here in Valamar, where we are pursuing a quest for Varric and Bianca with some red lyrium shipment shenanigans. Open a locked door. Okay, who... Oh. Hello, Carta Bowman. So it looks like a bunch of these fellows. And kind of lower level, like these seem to be even lower level even than before. I thought there was like a level 19 one before, but these seem to be level 11. So maybe they're just the first rung, or whatever. I'm just pushing on. I assume that they don't worry. I don't worry too much about getting overwhelmed.
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys. Is this your day-to-day?
Pretty much.
I usually try to avoid the caves.
I think... Yeah, I get the sense that there was an old romance there, but I don't know for sure. I mean, I guess we don't even know for certain if this is the same Bianca. Boop. I don't know if this for sure if this is the same Bianca we saw with like that he named his bow after. I assume it is. Like, it seems like a reasonable assumption, even though they're being kind of coy about it. But, like, I don't know for sure. Jump.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the red lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
Well played. This is the area that was locked before, I think.
I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave?
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Varric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
You're waiting to do that? Yeah.
Admit it, you've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was.
Pretty badass move.
After you.
So there's like, I say a 50-50 chance. So I see my health low. My temptation right now is to heal myself, but I will not. I will refuse. I will do it through the Reaver method. There we go. Yeah, I am trying to heal myself using the cat medallion more often. Or use the natural Reaver defense mechanism rather than panicking and potion.
How is what's-his-name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I think there's a 50-50 chance that Bianca's going to completely betray us and backstab us, and, yeah, I don't know what side it'll fall on. I just clicked read on that, and nothing happened. Okay. Codex unlocked, a different dark spawn. Here we are. The journal penned by an unknown writer appears to be quite old, with many of its pages damaged by water and dust. The entries that can be read all appear to be about 20 years old. Finally, we finally found Amok alive in that passage. Still can't believe it. The only reason I didn't stop digging is because he had the key to the cache. But after 2 weeks, I was expecting to find it on his corpse. What story does he come up with? That he was found by a darkspawn, of all things. A talking darkspawn, polite as you please, who fed him and gave him water and evidently chatted with him about surfacers. Okay. I don't know what Amok is thinking coming up with a story like that. I mean, it's not a story, it's too bizarre. But he swore by the stone it was all the truth. Crazy as it sounds, I know Amok, and he's got the imagination of a dull hammer. Why would he make something like that up? Reminds me of a story my grandsire used to tell about something his grandsire did. He once came upon a group of 3 darkspawn in the deeper roads, each twice the size of any dwarf, bigger than humans even, and dressed up like kings. He watched from the shadows and said they talked like people about things he couldn't understand. A city gone black. The Black City? Really? And they blamed each other for things they could barely remember for what. But could barely remember for what. My mom was like that. Never remembered the slight, just that she was angry. I get that way too sometimes. Story goes they attacked each other, and one ran off while the second choked the third to death and then ate him. What the fuck? Don't know about Darkspawn having talking kings, never mind polite ones that give you food and tea. But maybe Amok met one of them. There's strange things in the deeper roads. After all, things the Shapers can't even recall, as if smuggling wasn't dangerous enough. What a strange harbinger of the quest to come. Who are these card enforcers? Okay, so not talking Darkspawn just yet, at least. What are you? You have like a... Oh, you're like a champion or something? No, let me lock onto card enforcer. Yeah, so there's like... Oh, maybe that frost rune is from... No, who's that frost rune from? I was going to say from Vivienne, but she's not in her party right
This
now.
is almost fun. Kind of like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartran's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
I would not at all mind a DLC that is just like the former adventures of Varric, with tons of embellishing. Is this? I thought there was a... Yeah, there we are. Loot. Bow of Cleansing Fire. Sounds good. Paragon's Luster. Okay. What's this? Deep Road's Key, a complex dwarven key. Okay.
There you are. They won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You were the one who leaked the Tig's location.
It's not like that. Not entirely. Shit. When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to know how this stuff works just as much as I do. I just wanted to figure it out.
How did you go from studying red lyrium to giving the location to Corypheus?
I found out that red lyrium... It has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well...
So she's trying to make up for it now.
That name means something to you, Varric?
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
So kind of a half betrayal. You put this on us, it isn't really your fault. I don't think it's her fault. I think this was kind of good intentions along the way.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
Mafarath's balls, she couldn't. I told her exactly how bad this shit was. I told her to keep away from it.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
This is clearly the
Oh,
answer.
for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
I believe it. 100% believe it, and 100% they had a thing. Speak with Varric about all this. Is this... Oh, no, okay, yeah. No, okay, we're good. So this is the area I couldn't find before, that I couldn't access before, that I was wondering about. Alright, let's chat.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
You managed to talk your way out of most things.
That's what I do, isn't it? If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now, pretending none of this was happening.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't. I kind of think he would be. This is the mean answer, but I think it's probably the true answer.
Sounds like Cassandra did you a favor then.
Maybe she did. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Yeah, that absolutely has the feeling of an eternally off and on relationship. Okay. There were also some... Let me just check in to see if there were any quests to pick up in the mission table thing. Yes. House Amlaterus, right. A quiet message arrived from House Amlaterus today. Considering the speed of the response, it seems hard to believe the family had no knowledge of what Dorian found in the book. I wonder how long they've sat upon the secret, wondering if it might someday come to light. Yes, they were ready. Liliana, the quiet message, my dear Inquisitor. We are most appreciative of the information you provided. How scandalous to think there might be any connection between our house and those fiends of legend. It's not true, of course, and to reassure you on that point, I intend to dedicate my family toward helping the Inquisition in its righteous struggle. Yours in faith, Magister Arian of Amlaterus. So they just give me a master spare room. I will take it. Why not? Mineral Legion mercenaries. The Bulls Chargers met with... Oh god, I love the Bulls Chargers. The Bulls Chargers met with several mercenary bands. Most were willing to break their contracts. This is trying to head off a possible insurrection at the pass. Most were willing to break their contracts. Your ambassador must have loosened the nobles up. Some just needed an excuse to bow out of any potential rebellion. The Orlesian nobles were on our side were grateful to us for weakening their enemies. That gratitude should soon fill Inquisition coffers. Lieutenant Cremisius Crem Aclasi. New operation unlock press Orlesian nobles. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's just do it. Inquisitor, thanks to the efforts of the Bulls Chargers, Orlesian nobility is most receptive to our efforts. Now would be an ideal time to press them for more support. Let me go for who I'm not going to go for first. Liliana, the right word whispered at the right time is more effective than an afternoon of pleasantries. Josephine, I know which nobles are willing to help us and how far they can be pushed. I'm trusting Josephine on this.
Inquisitor.
There was also the thing down here, though. Destroy Darkspawn Outbreak. Yeah, this is the one where we have the chance to cave in the tunnels, and I am nervous about this, but we have the chance to cave in the tunnels on the Darkspawn rather than just sending tons of them to their deaths. So let's tons of Grey Wardens to their deaths. So let's try Liliana here.
Let's see what we have.
Oh, hey! Varric's portrait changed again. This is the first time we've seen a double portrait change, right? He's doing better. He's kicking his shoes up. He's looking at money, I guess. Interesting. I don't know why that... I thought he would be kind of more down after that last, but I guess he's past Morning Hawk directly, at least. We're back here in the Exalted Plains, and I'm just on my way to start uncovering some of these. Like, there's rifts, there's all sorts of stuff. And you're just doing some basic rifts along the stands, and I'll cut in if anything interesting happens. Discovered Halin Sulan. That's right, all these places are like elven names, right? Makes sense, given what this place used to be. And sounds like still is, because I think there are some elvish camps still around here. Claim logging stand. Okay. Again, still not super sure why I'm doing that right now, but it's there, so I'll do it. This is kind of interesting. So there's freemen here. There's the free, what do they call the free peoples or whatever. They're the, that kind of, that rebellious no kings, no crowns sect. But they're fighting against ghosts, or against the, not ghosts, the wraiths, the demons. So another instance where there's some intra-factional shenanigans going on. What is this? I'm so sorry. This is one of those... This is one of those memorials, isn't it? One of those elven memorials from the Emerald Graves? Fen'Harel, the Dreadwolf. Okay, so Fen'Harel I know, or not Fen'Harel, but Dreadwolf I know because apparently it's the next expansion. Like, I've heard that, or I don't know if it's the next expansion, but it's a possible name for the next expansion, so apparently this is going to mean something. There's precious little we know about Fen'Harel, for they say that he did not care for our people. Elgar'nan and Mythal created the world as we know it. Andruil taught us the ways of the hunter, Soleil and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fen'Harel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fen'Harel spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. So this is some, like, Satan apocalypse stuff going on. I'm thinking of what's the wolf of the apocalypse in Norse mythology? Fenrir, maybe? The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haran among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldarin and Dernthal and Anaris, for they are the Forgotten Ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fen'Harel could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. Fen'Harel sounds like he sucks. And that is how Fen'Harel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods. If only the Forgotten Ones would return to the abyss for a time. They trusted... So, never trust Fen'Harel is what I'm getting from this. That no matter who you are, whether you're good or evil, Fen'Harel will fuck you over. They trusted Fen'Harel, and they were all of them betrayed. And Fen'Harel sealed them away so they could never walk among the people. From the tale of Fen'Harel's triumph as told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralaveran clan of the Dalish elves. So Fen'Harel is like... Ooh, red tree. So Fen'Harel is like somewhere... like around on the earth, like... mythologically at least, is like walking around, like doing his Fen'Harel thing, like just being a tricksy little wolf, or tricksy evil apocalyptic wolf. That could be, it could be like just a name for Corypheus. Like Fen'Harel could just be a name for Corypheus, but I don't think so. I imagine Corypheus is... I'd be shocked if Corypheus is not fully dealt with this game. And it sounds like... And this might be a bit meta, but like it sounds like the Dreadwolf is going to be a thing in the future too. This is another of these pictures we've seen before of like these... I don't know if these are Darkspawn or these like... I don't think so. These are like spirits, maybe elven spirits. I see the ears. Yeah, elven spirits just like in this moose thing. I don't know animals. Antlers. Oh, maybe it's a Hala. Let me kill the sacred Hala. Codex unlocked Hala. Because I've mounted up on one of these things. Let's see what the Codex says. Here we are. The first thing you must understand about the Hala... Oh, it's beautiful. It's like an antelope. First thing you must understand about the Hala is that they are not our servants. They are not our pets. They are our brothers and sisters. Remember that Gillan, the first Hala and mother of them all, was once a huntress of the people. Without the Hala, there would be no Dalish. Yeah, so they are really a sacred animal here. The second thing you must understand about the Hala is that you cannot force a Hala to do something against her will. I have heard tales of Shemlin who come across herds and attempt to capture the Hala using ropes and bridles. Many Shemlin have died impaled on horns as a result of this foolishness. Never forget that the Hala once bore our knights into battle. The fierce blood of a warrior still runs through her veins, and she would sooner fight to the death than demean herself. So very kind of a very self-possessed nobility to them. Like the Dalish, the Hala are proud. Hala knows who she is and will tolerate no being that tells her that she is less. How then do we harness them to the Aravels? My guess is that it's going to be that you treat it as a partnership, that people do work and they want to help us too. How do we ride them or strap our packs to them? Well, how do you get a brother, a sister, or a friend to do you a favor? Simple, isn't it? You ask. Yep. If you have a Hala's trust, she will give you her blessing. It's striking that humans never think to ask for a Hala's friendship. But then they are Shems and respect nothing. It's not entirely wrong. Adara, Hala tender of the Relavaran clan, to her apprentice. Alright, so what's next here? Oh, just another rift. Now this is what we're talking about. So I'm just debating on seeing where to go next, and the Knight's Tomb. The histories of Red Crossing shed considerable light on a contentious era of human-elven history. Return the histories of the to the Dalish or sell them to the Chantry. We are absolutely heading to the Dalish. Let's head upstream. This is a quest we've had for a long time. A long time. And I apologize, I'm terrible with names. One of you in the comments mentioned that, because I asked, like, where will I possibly go to turn this in? You mentioned that there were elves in the Exalted Plains you could turn these into, and it looks like we're coming on that now. Huh. There we are. This looks like a... Yep, there's the Hala. This is all the markings.
Elves, get ready for proper culture, blah blah.
And Arana Tishan, my sister. It's good to see another of the people in this place from which we all came. Still beautiful, isn't it? Even with scars left by the Shemlin War and all the troubles that followed.
Something from Dinan. Yeah, what troubles you?
What troubles you, Haran?
Where do I start, Dalen? The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Hala and destroy the Aravels, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most. My first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now, I've learned that the grounds of Varric are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
Sounds like we got a bunch of side quests.
I can deal with that for you.
Stay alert, Delen. Spirits are dangerous, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Varric is sacred ground.
I found something about Red Crossing in Dinan Hanin.
You explored Dinan Hanin? Remarkable. So many have tried and failed. If you went to the Emerald Graves, did you see Tavin and the others?
They were killed. I'm sorry.
I am too. Sorry, but not surprised. Thank you for bringing this to me. It is part of our tale and will be cherished.
No problem. By the grace of the Dalish, Dalish favor. So this is like the do side quest for the Dalish thing. Okay. Let's see who's around here. Bestow Morning Hala operation available. We'll do that in a second. Nissa, hello.
The stores are so low.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing. Just our stores. With the Shem War and the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Aravals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
Your ledger. Here we are. This doesn't seem like your ledger. Juno, god of the craft. We dedicate all our crafts to June. Oh, June, not Juno. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows, and to fashion coverings of furs and ironbark. Without June, would we have the Aravel or harnesses for our Hala? When the people were young, we wandered the forests without purpose. We drank from streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and we went hungry through the winters, when all the world was covered with ice and snow. Then Soleis the Hearthkeeper came. She was the fire giver, right? I mean, just by the name. Soleis the Hearthkeeper came and gave us fire and taught us how to feed it with wood. June taught us to fashion bows with arrows and bows and arrows and knives, so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Soleis' fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in their furs and skins. And the people were no longer cold and hungry, as told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish elves. Yup. Where's the ledger? Here's the ledger. Spindleweed's getting scarce.
You were the one they called Dareth Sharal.
I'll talk to you in a sec.
You've brought supplies. If you could store them in that chest, I would be grateful.
Yeah, I got some spare spindleweed. That chest. Place. Did I do it? Did I do the thing?
Greetings to you.
I did the thing.
To you.
Okay. What else? What's next?
We'll never be on our way.
Running out of elf fruit for salves. Dump some there. Someone took canine letter without my permission if I find out who. Okay, so this is just going to be a series of just dumping some supply. I don't know how many they're taking from me, but these are all stuff that I'm not really using. Iron for the Aravels. Some great bear fur. This I don't know if I have. We can try it, though. Yes, we have some great bear fur. Is that it? Did we do it?
Welcome again, friend.
It looks like that's the last of it. Dalish favor +1 +3 +1 +3.
Dareth Sharal.
Welcome again, friend.
Okay. How are you doing?
Aneth Ara, Herald.
Anethara.
Ah, talk. What do they say exactly?
Good things, I think. A few hope this is a sign of change for our people. Real change. If it's true, I want to be a part of it.
You want to join the Inquisition?
It won't happen. Keeper Howen won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
I could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
So maybe I can, I don't know, tell him that the Andraste part is all bullshit. We're going to kick ass for the elves? I don't know. Who's the keeper? Keeper Holland.
Harold, you return.
One of your clan wishes to join the Inquisition.
Thalanas. Did he say that? Masaranis. But I cannot allow it. You may be Dalish, but your Inquisition is human. I will not let Lorena leave with you. Not when I'm uncertain of your intentions.
Okay, so we'll come back after we've earned enough favor. Right, and that's what we're doing in the first place. Okay, gotcha.
Anethera, sister. May I ask, traveling these plains, have you come across a golden Hala? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
Anal Gilan. I've heard stories of such a creature.
Yes. Some of us believe she comes to the people in times of great need.
I mean, I know why soldiers kill her, because I've seen those videos on those things on Twitter, pictures on Twitter of like people standing next to just like some random cheetah they killed and proud of it.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your Hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in Shem markets, I hear. And if they were golden?
And I mean, I'm limited in how much I can say about that because, you know, I eat steak and burgers and all that sort of stuff, but I don't think it's unreasonable to say there's a difference between just like sport hunting endangered animals and eating meat. There's probably, I get that there are people who probably see very little difference, but I think there's a difference. Maybe not. I don't know. All right, so before I'm going to wrap up shortly, but before I do, there's a mission that I want to go back and send out. Back in Skyhold at the War Council. Here it is. Bestow Morning Hala. Inquisitor, in light of the information you gave us regarding the truth of the events at Red Crossing, we would like to offer a sign of mourning to the village. Since both sides played a part in the tragedy, honoring the village with one of our Hala seems appropriate. If it could be kept there, it might remind both sides of the fragile beauty of things that journey to places where there are strangers. God, this is such a better option than giving it to the Chantry. So, I keep thinking about like what I would do on other playthroughs. One option, which I'm definitely looking forward to, and whenever the next Dragon Age game comes out, is being asshole McAsshole. The other is being like I think it'd be fun to play like just a fanatical human, like someone who buys into all the Chantry's bullshit. One of those people. So, yeah, but this is not the route I'm going this time. I understand that the villagers of Red Crossing do not trust the Dalish, given our history. If you could convince them to accept this tribute of good faith, it would be greatly appreciated. Colin, if it's this important, we can march the blasted Hala in with some troops to guard it. Fuck you. Sorry, Boys, like, Colin keeps coming up with the worst options. Josephine, I can twist the noble who controls Red Crossing into accepting this, but it will end 2 marriages and lead to at least 1 duel. Liliana, with the right rumors, the villagers in Red Crossing will think they are being granted custody of a captured trophy to honor their victory over the Dalish. God. All these suck. All of these suck. I hate all of these. I hate all of these. This is like a sign of respect and peace and truce and free and reconciliation and unity, and it's like, yeah, I guess we could guard it, whatever. Or let's make them think they won. Let's post it there, and for all I know that, because I don't think this will help in the long run either. Like, if you make it seem like the captured trophy, like it's a captured trophy to honor their victory, like, no, it's getting the work done. It's doing the task in name only, but it's doing it in such a way that absolutely spits on the intention. I'm actually going to go with Josephine on this once, not now, but next time I'm going to go with Josephine on this. Let's do that. We're going to go to the Josephine option. That's going to be it for me for now. Thank you for watching. I will see you later. Bye-bye.